if I would have boxed Barrera, I think I would have beat him. But I tried to brawl with him, and that's the
Yeah.
right thing to do because he at the press conference, he tried to hit me
He snuck
when
you.
I was talking stuff to him. He tried to sneak me, hit me at the press conference, and when he did that, it made me change my attitude about the fight. I was like, fuck it.
Well, first of all, I want to start by saying we are very humbled and honored to be able to speak to both of you guys.
Let's introduce, because this is the show. I'm Joey KO. I'm next to Mixed Martial Mike. And we have Kennedy McKinny in the house with Victor Hernandez. First of all, what are you trying to accomplish? Obviously, you got a legendary dad that had classic fights. What are you trying to accomplish in this great sport?
I'm just trying to
A championship.
Yeah.
That's all he's trying to get to is a championship.
Yeah.
I just really want to stay humble and listen to my head coach right here, you know, and just follow in his way, try to follow in his footsteps and fill his shoes, but really listen to my team because they got the experience in it, you know. I'm just too, you know, with what father figure that knocks people out, and I'm trying to fill them shoes, but really my team is who can tell you what's next for us.
And introduce yourself, sir, the trainer, because I didn't get your name.
My name is Axel Murillo. I've been in amateur boxing right here for 20 years. I lived in Vegas for 4 years. I was Chad Dawson strength trainer from when he first won his
Okay, great.
first light heavyweight champion of the world. I worked with when I was in Vegas, I actually worked with Morales. I worked with Jose Luis Castillo. I worked with a little bit with Zab Judah at the top ranked gym. Like I said, I did 4 years in Vegas, and I do a lot of strength training professional boxers. And I've known Vic for probably over 15 years since he was an amateur, but we never worked together till now.
Oh, wow.
And you know, some great potential with him. And I'm part of the promotion. I'm the vice president of It's a Wrap Boxing Promotions,
Wow.
and we see a lot of good promise for him. And with the team of Kennedy McKinney, myself, and Vic, I think we can, you know, do great things.
Yeah,
It sounds like you got everything like around you. You got the right people around you. That's amazing.
looks like you even got McKinny on the card. If you see behind him, if you see behind us, he's right on the card. You know? The same thing pulled that one, champ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ready to, hey, we ready for war, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome. He's there with me. He's been there with me since the amateurs. We got our first amateur fight when I was 14, and it was an honor to get my first pro fight with him. It was awesome. It's gonna be awesome to tell the story whenever I get older.
How was it growing up, obviously, with a dad that was fighting professionally? Because I'm sure you, as a kid, you've seen him get in the ring and train and all that. And I'm pretty sure that's a big influence. How was that experience?
Well, first, like he's just like a father figure. We linked up when I was 14.
Okay.
We got hit by Hurricane Katrina, and my family moved down to Lafourche Parish. She was coaching out there, and back at home I didn't really like. It was like kind of like a broken home type thing. So like I would sneak off from from my house, and I would run away from my house, and Kennedy would hide me over at his house, and I would just be in the gym. I would go to the gym with him. After the gym, I would sneak off by his house, go to school, come back, sneak off to the gym, and then back to his house. And we just started like that for so long.
What a wonderful opportunity that was. Fortunately, you were able to turn whatever you were born with and what you went through into boxing, and you turned that into hard work, dedication, and fortitude. And that's something that should be commended. And I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to see this fight that's coming up in October 16th.
Yeah, no, boxing is definitely a tough sport. But I got a question for Kennedy, because my trainer was Dennis Milton. Do you know Dennis Milton?
Dennis Milton, I've heard of his name.
He fought Julian Jackson, Bernard Hopkins. He got knocked out. Yeah, from the Bronx. That was my trainer, and also Edwin Correct. Remember Edwin? He beat Mickey
Edwin?
Ward.
Mickey, no, I don't know. I don't remember. I remember Mickey Ward, but I don't remember his trainer.
No,
remember.
the first guy that beat Mickey Ward was Edwin.
Oh, was it?
Edwin Collect.
I don't think I saw it. I don't really.
Yeah.
Can't remember that fight.
But you remember Dennis Milton, so it's amazing. I just wanted to see if you remember those guys and stuff. Dennis Milton was He used to spar with me and everything. He was my trainer for a while. He like towards my last fights, I was with Dennis.
So how many fights did you have?
Oh man, I probably had on my record probably close to 50. And I had a bunch of club fights too. When people didn't show up, I'll just, sometimes your opponent didn't come in, so I probably got in the ring probably over 60 times. I had like 11 club fights.
I had about maybe 100, 200 amateur fights.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow. I won the gold medal in 1988, and I turned pro. And I did pretty good as a professional. I won 3 world titles at 122 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm the first guy to win that many belts at that weight class. And I'm just waiting for it to get into the Hall of Fame now.
Yeah, you definitely should go to the Hall of Fame with those classic fights and the accolades. And you had a great style. Like, you remind me a little bit of like Mike Breland, because you was in a smaller weight class, but you was tall, and you had that jab. And that straight hand was
modern.
It's a bomb.
Comparing to Sean Porter, he has that. You like to fight in the pocket, and you brought a great.
Oh no, but he was more disciplined. Sean Porter's kind of wild.
He was a lot sharper. He's a lot more sharp than Sean Porter. But what I mean is the fortitude and the approach to the game. He always met people in the middle. And when I saw you fight with Barrera, you met him very much in the middle, and that's what made that fight amazing. You were brawling. Technically, you had technical boxing ability while at the same time you were moving and brawling at the same time. So it was an amazing sight to see. And I believe you will make it to the Hall of Fame one day.
If I would have boxed Barrera, I think I would have beat him. But I tried to brawl with him, and that was right to do, because he at the press conference he tried to hit me when I was talking stuff to him. He tried to sneak me, hit me at the press conference, and when he did that, it made me change my attitude about the fight. I was like, fuck it.
And I dare for you to come here and think you can beat me, huh? Think you can beat me, boy? You cannot beat me. You cannot whoop me here in my town.
Yeah, let's go.
You gotta watch out for the Mexican champions out there. You saw what Canelo did.
That's why I messed up. When I got it in my mind, I needed to fight him. I needed to box him. That's what I was supposed to do from the beginning. But hey, when he hit me, it made me mad as a motherfucker.
No, but you in a way you got your revenge, because he ended up losing to, like we said, to Junior Jones. He got beat up, he got knocked out, and then you came and knocked out Junior Jones and took that belt home.
That was a wonderful knockout too.
The first fight, Junior Jones stopped. Then Junior Jones gave him a rematch, beat him on the rematch. And then
that's true.
And I knocked him out.
Why he didn't get a rematch with Barrera?
Yeah, I think Barrera was like, that was hell, man. Let me go over here and fight these other guys. I think he wanted that one.
This is the thing. When I won the world title, they wouldn't give me a shot until like 6 or 7 months after you have to defend your belt. They did that to get me stripped of my belt. I got stripped of my belt because I had nobody. Barrera was the #1 contender. He wouldn't fight me. I was trying to get him to fight, but he was the #1 contender, but he would not fight me. But so they waited long enough till I didn't defend my belt, and they took it back from me.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to fight Barrera back, and they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you was holding up for that. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, they took my title back.
That would have been an amazing. That would have been another classic, amazing fight. Yeah, you guys definitely. And I think in a rematch, you would have used your reach, because you was definitely longer, taller.
I'd have boxed him. I'd have boxed the shit out of him.
You also had like a swervy right hand. It wasn't always the straightest.
It was snappy.
It was kind of snappy jaw, like a little curve to it. I liked it. Yeah, it's a wonderful punch. Yeah. And you said you won 3 world championship belts. It also looks like you attempted to win a 4th belt. So you definitely should be, if you're a multiple divisional champion, and you look at the performances you've given, I just can't wait to one day. Let me ask you a question. What are the steps you can take in order to make that easier? How can we make that happen? How can we help you make that happen?
Well, all you gotta do is call it a Hall of Fame boxing Hall of Fame. Why is this man Kennedy
Yeah,
McKinnon not
it's
in the Hall of Fame?
crazy. I was just in
It's
the Boxing
crazy.
Hall of Fame a few weeks ago too, and I was actually
Yeah,
if I would have had this interview, but I'm planning on going back because it's not that far from this girl I'm seeing up there, so probably go over there and talk to the people over there. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, what's up with my man Kenny right there? Y'all need to put Kennedy in the Hall of Fame.
He's still the same, just gray.
They told me I missed by 1 point last year.
Look at that one.
Missed by 1 point. Damn.
So this year I'm supposed to make it.
Hell yeah!
How Dana White makes it to the Boxing Hall of Fame, and this is
They-
crazy. Boxing is bugging out, man. The
You
UFC
see,
president
they-
is in the Hall of Fame. What kind of shit is that?
They playing with him. Hey, the thing is he had did something in the whenever he was in the game, whenever he won the title, he didn't go back to Bob Arum. So Bob Arum's like, you'll never be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Well,
damn.
but he was not. He was my promoter, but I had became the #1 contender for the world title. He wouldn't give me a shot. But his vice president came to me, which was a black guy, a Muslim named Akbar Muhammad. He came to me and told me, he says, "Hey, man, Bob won't give you a shot. I get you a shot, but you gotta leave Bob." I said, "Well, I know you used to stand with him. He ain't gonna give me no shot." And so I went and took the shot without that.
That's
Akbar
why he ain't
had
in the
for
Hall
me.
of Fame right there.
So I took the shot and I ended up knocking Welcome to Cedar out in the 11th round. After I was losing that fight, and I caught him with one of these right hands,
That was the
putting
most
him to sleep.
crucialest fight I ever seen.
But I didn't go back to Bob Arum because he did not give me the shot.
A promoter's job is to make the best fights happen and to give his fighters the best fights possible. So I totally understand where you're coming from. He failed in this one situation. He definitely failed. You're supposed to give your top contenders the best fights possible. So I totally understand.
I became the #1 contender for the world title.
What's that mean?
And Bob,
What's
the
the-
#1 contender for you supposed to get a
fight.
shot. You can get a shot if you
have to
#1.
fight the-
But Bob Arum would not give me
the
a
world
shot.
title.
And so his vice president called me up and said, "Hey man, Bob won't give you a shot, I give you a shot." And he got me a shot with Cedric Kushner, champion. Welcome to Cedar. And I ended up knocking him out in the 11th round. He was whooping
And
my ass.
that's when you was that the IBF? Was
Yes,
that the IBF? When you
Yeah.
defended that like 5 times? What is your
Right.
proudest accomplishment in your career that you feel like? What's the proudest moment?
Knocking Junior Jones out.
Oh,
Because I was I had to go to his hometown. I was fought him in New York, Madison Square Garden. He
yeah,
loved
Madison Square Garden. Come on.
That's where we're from.
me and my 3rd world title. If I knock him out, I gotta, I'm good. So that was my only thing. I had to knock him out.
And that was the height of his career. He had just finished coming from the win over Barrera back to back, and he was on magazines and everywhere. So that was definitely.
And you halted him?
And I hosted it. I knocked his ass out.
So, but
in his hometown.
I believe that's a compliment. In a weird way, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
compliment.
it is. You're right.
And Victor, how many fights you had as an amateur? Pretty sure you-
28.
28. I mean, you definitely got some experience in 28. You started at 14,
Yeah, 14,
like age
off,
14.
So I mean, whenever he came in, he'd fight, and he had to go back on the oil field. So that's the hard part when you don't have a promoter. You have to have a job. You have to feed your family, and that's why this promotion that we're with now with It's a Wrap Promotions, we find guys like Vic that need an opportunity, and we try to move them along a little bit quicker. Try to do shows every 6 weeks, so they don't have to go get a job, take months off. Because if not, he would have had way more amateur fights.
Yeah.
He
You got to make
wanted
that
to
money.
fight more, but got to make the money. Yeah, so that's why with this promotion that he's with now, we want to move him as fast as we can, and of course step him up every fight a little more, to showcase
Yeah,
his skills. And with Kennedy's experience, with me helping him, and with this promotion, It's a Wrap. I think he could do something. He's got the heart, and he's got that Mexican in him. He's got that heart.
I like the
Oh,
name, I
yeah.
like the name of the promotion. I like the brand.
I mean-
the mariachi
It's
hat.
a wrap.
I'm liking it.
Look at like guys like Hopkins never had an amateur fight. There's been plenty of guys without too
Yeah.
much amateur experience.
Yeah, well,
Deontay
look,
Wilder, Fury. I mean,
The guy that I was with was Chad Dawson. We fought him twice, and we beat him. We beat him. The first
Oh.
time he did that fake off of his back thing where he said, you know, he fell out the ring. But then the second time we clearly beat him. So I got it in for Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah. Oh, you was with Chad
Yeah.
Dawson. Yeah, Chad Dawson
Yeah.
got played at the end of his career, but he had a great career
He's
too.
a great
man.
Yeah,
career.
he did. He definitely
He was
was.
undisputed.
He was
man.
great, man. One of the hardest. And that's what I like about Vic is he's got the same work ethic that Chad had. You know, he gets in the gym, he doesn't play, he gets his work done. You know, and you know, with his work ethic, with now the opportunity he's got, then hopefully we can move him to the next level.
Yeah, if you could get him like Chad Dawson,
Kennedy.
Chad beat a who's who. So yeah, if you could get him like what you did with
Oh,
Chad,
yeah.
that would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the
And all
sport
these
though is it's a
opportunities, and
brutal
that's
sport.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
very,
yeah,
very,
it's
very brutal.
very brutal.
Yep.
Very brutal.
Yep.
I'd rather be in the ring than be out on the on them Kelly rigs swinging a sledgehammer or
Yeah,
carrying a
definitely.
pipe wrench, tripping
It's
pipe.
crazy.
I'd
How
rather
many-
fight with somebody than have to go out there and slave out on that rig in that heat.
It's funny though. There's so many people that will actually make the opposite decision and go to the rig and work there and bust ass in that sort of way. So it means that you're destined to be a fighter and you're trained by. It looks like a great promoter. Of course, you have a Hall of Famer to your right. So I think you have the tutelage in order to make your career something special. And I'm looking forward to your fight. What could you tell us about your opponent that gave you the motivation to fight that specific opponent?
But I can tell you a little bit about his opponent because we tried not to tell him about his opponent because Kennedy's what.
Yeah, it's
Kennedy
early in
says
his
the same
career.
thing.
You're just gonna
Right. Kennedy tells him the same thing every fight. What do you tell Kennedy every fight? What's his job?
Knock him out.
Knock him out. So you know the guy he's fighting doesn't have a lot of amateur experience either. He's got some, so he's about the same as but you know Vic's put a lot more work into it than this guy has. The guy's name is Carlton. I'm not sure what his last name is. You know, so as you know, as he goes up,
Carlton.
You know,
Is it Carlton?
yeah, Carlton, I'm not sure his last name. He only had a few amateur fights. The guy's ready to step up. He's not scared. You know, so that's the guys that we got to put in front of Vic, and Vic's job is to do what Kennedy says. Knock him out.
Knock him out.
Knock him out. I mean, he's probably gonna go and dancing like Carlton. You know what I'm saying? But definitely got one last question. What do you want to be remembered as in the sport? Like when it's all said and done, because
just hard working and a stand-up guy. And if I have the chance to help other guys like me, I want to be known for helping other guys get to that level, the same level I'm on. You know, once I get to that level, I want to try to help others, you know, get on that same path to make it easier, because it's difficult trying to work and box. You know, people give up on their dream trying to work and box, because I mean it's hard and you got to support your family. I want to be able to, you know, do something with this boxing back and try to help people's career not be that hard on them.